Hey, everyone, today we're diving into the new airport measures coming in 2025 that every traveler needs to know about. Let's get started. Look, travel is awesome, it's freeing, it's how we connect, how we explore. But the airport, that can be the bottleneck, the stress point, and things are about to shift, big time. We're talking 2025, a whole new set of rules, procedures, and tech rolling out. If you're like me, you want to glide through security, not get bogged down by surprises. So I've been digging into what's coming, what these changes actually mean for us, the regular folks trying to catch a flight without pulling our hair out. This isn't just about a few minor tweaks here and there. We're looking at fundamental changes to how we experience airports, from the moment we think about security to how we board the plane, and even what we can pack. The goal, they say, is to make things safer, more efficient, maybe even a bit smoother. But new systems always come with a learning curve, right? And that's what this video is all about, getting ahead of that curve. I want to break down these new measures so you're not caught off guard, so you can walk into that airport in 2025 feeling prepared, confident, and ready to actually enjoy the start of your journey. So buckle up, because we're going to unpack everything. We'll cover the new security screening processes, what's different, what stays the same. We'll talk updated baggage policies, because nobody likes surprise fees or having to ditch their favorite shampoo at the last minute. Then, there are the enhanced health and safety protocols, the ever-evolving digital boarding pass situation, and crucial changes to international travel regulations. This is the intel you need to make your 2025 travels as seamless as possible. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this. Let's do it. All right, first up, let's talk about the big one, security screening. This is where most of the airport anxiety lives. And in 2025, it's getting a facelift. They're rolling out next-generation scanning technology. Think smarter, more sophisticated machines that can supposedly detect a wider range of threats with greater accuracy. The idea is that these new scanners might mean you can leave more items in your bag, laptops, liquids, the whole shebang. Sounds good, right? But hold on, because might is the operative word. Different airports, different countries, they might implement these things at different speeds with slightly different rules. So the old advice of checking specific airport guidelines before you fly, that's going to be more crucial than ever. Don't just assume the rules you knew last year still apply everywhere. The promise here is a faster, less intrusive process. Less fumbling with bins, less taking off shoes and belts potentially. Some systems are even looking at AI-powered threat detection that learns and adapts. This could mean fewer random pat-downs if the tech is good enough to give security personnel higher confidence. But with new tech comes new procedures. You might see different lane setups, new instructions from TSA or their international counterparts. Pay attention to the signage, listen to the officers. They're navigating this new world too. The key will be patience, especially in the early rollout phases. Remember when self-checkout kiosks first appeared in grocery stores? A little chaotic at first, then it became normal. Expect a similar transition period here. So what's the takeaway for navigating this new security landscape? Preparation is still king. Even if they say laptops can stay in, have yours easily accessible just in case. Keep your liquids grouped just in case. Until these new systems are universally adopted and understood, it's better to be slightly over-prepared and arrive with a little extra time. Seriously, if your flight is important, those extra 30 minutes you give yourself can be the difference between a calm stroll to your gate and a frantic, sweaty sprint. We're also hearing whispers about biometric integration, facial recognition to speed up identity verification. More on that later, but it's all part of this push for a tech-driven security process. Next up, let's dive into the world of baggage, because if there's one thing that can trip up even seasoned travelers, it's those ever-changing baggage policies. For 2025, the trend seems to be heading towards even stricter enforcement of carry-on sizes and weights. Airlines are really cracking down. That slightly oversized bag you've been getting away with for years, its days might be numbered. They're investing in more accurate sizes at the gate, and the fees for having to gate check an oversized carry-on are not pretty. So, dust off that tape measure and actually check your bag's dimensions against your airline's specific rules before you even start packing. And I mean specific rules. Don't just assume all airlines are the same. Beyond just size and weight for carry-ons, we're also seeing shifts in what's allowed in checked luggage, particularly concerning lithium batteries and electronics. The rules around power banks, spare batteries, and even certain types of electronic devices are getting more granular. You absolutely need to know what can fly in the cabin, what must be in your carry-on, and what's a complete no-go. This isn't just about avoiding hassle, it's a safety issue. Airlines and regulators are taking it very seriously. So, before you pack that drone or your extensive camera gear, double-check the latest regulations for both your airline and the countries you're flying to and from. Ignorance won't be an excuse when you're asked to leave expensive gear behind. And let's talk about packing smart to navigate these new realities. Consider investing in lightweight luggage to maximize what you can pack within weight limits. Compression packing cubes can be your best friend for fitting more into less space, especially for carry-ons. Think about what you really need. Can you buy some toiletries at your destination instead of carrying full-size bottles? Could you wear your bulkiest items on the plane? These little strategies can save you a lot of headaches and money. Some airlines are also pushing subscription models or loyalty perks that offer more generous baggage allowances. So if you fly one airline frequently, it might be worth looking into their programs. The bottom line? Be meticulous about your baggage. All right, let's talk health and safety. The world has changed, and airports have had to adapt big time. For 2025, while some of the more intense pandemic-era measures might have relaxed, a heightened sense of health consciousness is definitely here to stay. Expect to see continued emphasis on hygiene. Hand sanitizer stations will likely remain a permanent fixture, and you'll probably notice more frequent and visible cleaning routines throughout the terminals. Some airports might still encourage or even require masks in certain high-traffic areas or during specific alert levels, so it's always a good idea to pack a few just in case. Don't get caught out. Beyond general cleanliness, we might see more sophisticated air filtration systems being touted by airports and airlines. They're investing in technology to improve cabin air quality and reduce the spread of airborne particles. This is a good thing for everyone. You might also encounter health declaration forms, either digital or paper, especially for international travel, or if there are specific health concerns globally or regionally. These could ask about recent travel history or symptoms. The key here is honesty and preparedness. Trying to game the system is a bad idea and could lead to serious consequences, including denied boarding or entry. Check the requirements for your destination well in advance. So what can you do to navigate these enhanced health and safety protocols smoothly? First, personal responsibility is huge. Wash your hands frequently, use sanitizer, and if you're feeling unwell, seriously reconsider your travel plans. It's not just about you. It's about protecting fellow travelers and airline crew. Carry a small kit with essentials: masks, travel-sized sanitizer, disinfectant wipes for your seat area and tray table. Stay informed about the specific health advisories for your origin, destination, and any transit points. Official government health websites and your airline's travel advisory page are your best sources for up-to-date information. Being proactive about your health and the requirements will make the journey less stressful. Okay, let's shift gears to something that's been evolving for a while but is really hitting its stride for 2025: digital boarding passes. The days of meticulously printing out your boarding pass at home or queuing up at a kiosk are rapidly fading for many. Most airlines are heavily pushing their apps, allowing you to check in, get your boarding pass, receive gate change notifications, and even track your baggage, all from your smartphone. This is super convenient, no doubt. Your phone is already in your pocket, so having your boarding pass right there makes a lot of sense. It reduces paper waste and can speed up the process at various checkpoints. But this reliance on digital comes with its own set of considerations. What happens if your phone battery dies right before you need to scan your pass at the gate? Or if there's a glitch with the app, or the airport Wi-Fi is spotty? These are real concerns. While many airports will still have options for printing a pass if you're in a jam, the infrastructure and staff support for paper might become less prominent. So the onus is increasingly on you, the traveler, to ensure your digital access is reliable. This means making sure your phone is fully charged, maybe carrying a portable power bank, and even taking a screenshot of your boarding pass as a backup in case of connectivity issues. Another aspect of this digital push is integration. We're seeing boarding passes being added to digital wallets like Apple Wallet or Google Wallet, making them even easier to access. Some airports are also experimenting with biometric boarding, where your face essentially becomes your boarding pass after an initial check-in. This is all part of a larger trend towards a more seamless, touchless airport experience. To make the most of it, get familiar with your airline's app well before your travel day. Download it, log in, explore its features. The more comfortable you are with the tech, the smoother your journey will be. And always have a backup plan, even if it's just knowing where you get a paper pass if absolutely necessary. Finally, let's talk about international travel. Because if you're venturing beyond your home country's borders in 2025, there are some significant regulatory changes you need to be aware of. Many countries and economic blocs are implementing new electronic travel authorization systems similar to the US ESTA program. For example, the European Union's ETIAS, European Travel Information and Authorization System, is expected to be fully operational. This means that citizens from countries who previously enjoyed visa-free travel to the Schengen area will now need to apply for and receive ETIAS authorization before their trip. It's not a visa, but it's an extra step, and it usually involves a small fee and an online application. These new systems are designed to enhance security and pre-screen travelers before they even arrive. The application process typically involves providing personal details, passport information, and answering some security and health-related questions. It's crucial to apply for these authorizations well in advance of your planned travel dates. Don't leave it until the last minute, as processing times can vary and you don't want your trip jeopardized because you didn't get your authorization in time. Keep an eye on official government websites for the most accurate information on requirements and application procedures for your specific destination. Third-party websites might pop up, but always go to the official source to avoid scams or overpaying. Beyond these electronic travel authorizations, always double-check visa requirements as they can change. Passport validity rules are also critical. Many countries require your passport to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay. Customs and import regulations can also be updated, so if you're planning to bring back specific goods or currency, know the limits. The best advice for international travel in 2025 is meticulous research and early preparation. Bookmark the official government travel advisory sites for both your home country and your destination. These are your most reliable sources for information on entry requirements, safety advisories, and any other regulations that could impact your trip. Staying informed is key to a smooth international adventure. All right, that's a deep dive into the new airport measures rolling out in 2025. It's a lot to take in, I know. From the revamped security checkpoints with their fancy new tech to the ever-evolving baggage rules that demand we pack smarter, not just harder. Then there are the health and safety protocols that are now just part of the travel fabric, the big push towards digital everything with our boarding passes, and those crucial new regulations for anyone thinking of hopping on an international flight. The main takeaway here is that the way we navigate airports is definitely shifting, and being prepared is no longer just a good idea, it's essential. The goal of all these changes, at least on paper, is to make travel safer, more secure, and hopefully a bit more efficient in the long run. But like any big transition, there's going to be a learning curve for all of us. My hope is that by breaking this down, you feel a little less intimidated and a lot more empowered to tackle these new airport experiences head on. Knowledge is power, especially when you're trying to catch a flight and start a vacation or an important business trip. So do your research before you go, double check the specifics for your airline and destination, and give yourself that little bit of extra time at the airport. That's it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future updates, especially as these new measures continue to evolve. I'll be keeping an eye on things and will share more as I learn it. Got any early experiences with these new systems or other tips? Drop them in the comments below. Let's help each other out. Safe travels, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.